Alright, everybody, Maximilian Core speaking. Actually, Mayfair Bloodfencer. Please, just forgive that I just said my real name. Bloodfencer talking, and this is a machine for pigs. It's been a while since we played this, and it's gonna be a while until I finish it. Especially now that I got my new schedule. But more about that as we walk through the game itself. So yes, I returned to scheduling my stuff. Brief intermission to read this. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for gambling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and a series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. So yes, I went back to his schedule, and...
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
A true product of the age. And we actually got a journal. My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I will have to find for local sluice pumps to drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded this tunnel though? What did he hope to achieve? Alright, so yes, I am back to schedule instead of having this series go daily. This is... Oh look! Water horribles are back. A Machine for Pigs is now my Saturday video upload on the schedule. Pig. And I have to say I'm quite pleased with the schedule thing, rather than having daily uploads. It's a bit tough to record every day, the entire week, when you've got work to do and you come home at 6, sometimes at 7, and you're just fucking tired and you don't want to do anything big. So using the schedule I got right now is pretty nice, especially if I use the weekends to pre-record some stuff. Several of the older forms have breached the containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Chelm, and I am no Eliahu. At least not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do at the center where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by the freezing temperature of those towers. Up here, where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated, and the duality tears them asunder as the other place flies from their cells and their vita splinters. They live sporadically, torn from one world to the other and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world, then they are torn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed, and will now not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. No phone call this time? No? Alright. I kind of forget where I have to go. Oh wait. Totally forgot I had to turn that. Whoa, wait. Phone call.
Faster, Mantis. Drain the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
Yes, we are waiting for you. So, when I started recording this, I had the same issue I had last time. Namely that the save files were getting confused and swapped around, and for some reason there wasn't a save file of this current level that I'm in. So I looked into it, and there seems to be an issue where with the game where the game there's a pickup there, where the game itself writes when it saves the game, the save files are written in all with uppercase letters in certain words, like the word safe. The word safe in the save file is written with an uppercase S instead of a lowercase. But when the game synchronizes with Steam, it rewrites the save files into being all lowercase, and that confuses the system. And then it stops reading those with the uppercase. So essentially, before being able to record this, I had to go into my save file folder, which I first had to find somehow, and rename all of my save files so they had lower cases, so I could play this level.
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one.
Mr. Landis, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer, this visionary with whom you have embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return?
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Pigs to truffles, you hear? Pigs to truffles. Oh man, saying pigs to truffles just makes me think of my favorite line in the game. Oh shit. Okay, he's gone. Yep. So yeah, saying pigs to truffles makes me think of my favorite line in the entire game, and I hope we get to hear it soon. It's amazing. And I said, "Look, my darlings, can you see it?" And they said, "Yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. A tall, weathered cap of steep-sided pyramid, of a steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt. Stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about intertwining with stucco serpents that thrive about the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten. And this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead. And here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was they simply could not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling in upon them. Whew, man, that's gotta be in the top 10 of my favorite journals. Mendes post-diluvian. That's done it! Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again and move onwards. The waters are pushed back, making the way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of this filthy torrent back into the flames where it belongs, and clear the path to the center of the machine. Ah, sweet. You can't get me, you can't get me.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
So you can tell there are these invisible monsters in the water that also existed in the previous Amnesia, in the Dark Descent. But you also notice that they produce these little bits of lightning when they walk. Let's see if we can get it. I can't get it to move anymore. But yeah, the water horribles in this game are actually slightly different from the ones in the Dark Descent. Oh yeah, this place. This is great. I love this place. We got another pig down there. And there's a big old table. A nest of wretches. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures. No mind, my instincts have drawn me thus far, and I'm sure somewhere in this dang complex is a means for further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they're so very human, so very childlike. And I will not think of what I have seen, of the chairs and the cages, and I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. I keep talking about favorites. I keep talking about favorites a lot in this episode, but this truly is one of my favorite parts of the game. You come here into this area and it's like... It's the pigs' living quarters, and you're like, wow, this is where they live? Remember, work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. And let me find it. Okay. So here we got a pig, and he's playing with those cubes for kids, but you can't tell very well because Oswald is just a tad too small. Just a tad. Alright. Here we got another. I don't know what exactly he's doing. He just doesn't want us to look at him. Poor creature. Wait. Oh yeah, this is a fun room. Stupid thing fell on its ass. Oh my god, did you see that? Did that thing actually have a willux between his legs? A penis? A stick of man meat? Another pig sitting in its cell doing God knows what. Maybe he's eating. I don't know. There's a pig sleeping on its cage. You dumb little creature, you're supposed to sleep inside the cage. Not on the cage. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, as I said, this area is one of my favorites because it shows you how these creatures live. These creatures that have been chasing you throughout this game. But it is not a particularly exciting one because they don't actually do anything to you. They don't come after you and hunt you. They're just sort of there. Nonetheless, we gotta keep going. Two letters. Preposterous. I'm sorry. I don't have the best of manners. Okay, all this rumbling is getting on my nerves. Let's keep climbing. Climbing down the chute. And I'll see you on the other side. Alright, loading screen done, I'm back. And we're in a new part of the game.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mendes. You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean. And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer. Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
Smother it with steam? Yeah. God damn it, there was a child over there. Bilge pump, maintenance access. This is quite a fun area too, if memory serves me well.
He's here, he's here!
Child! Child, stop! Come back! Daddy wants to see.
I said you'd come.
I said you'd come. The pump rooms. These must be the bilge pumps. I'm at the heart of the saboteur's efforts. In order to keep this flood in place, he must have disabled these vast pumps. But he was clearly rushed. Thus far, he has left most of his work incomplete. His clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all he could find. I can locate the controls. The remedy will be simple. horribles. Oh yeah. No, I hope you could see that. There were little sparks coming from around his footsteps.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
God damn it, Oswald! Stop having dramatic monologues. Or better yet, stop remembering your dramatic monologues. I'd forgive you if you just simply had them. More water horribles. Where? No comment. I'm not going to comment on what just happened. No, sir. No comment. No woman, no cry. Oh, oh. No woman, no cry. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah. Aww. Stupid pig mask. Running, I'm running over here. Running. It's journal time again, my friends. Valves and pipes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I am trapped in some great game, forced to undertake endless Herculean labors for the promised reward of my darling children. So, Oswald is pretty much aware that he's inside a game. Or maybe it's just supposed like he knows. Okay, so there's Steam. As we all know, Steam hurts, so we are not going down there. Oh, shit. Oh. Run, you fat slop! Oh my fucking god, please run! Run faster! Chase sections, I tell you. They're a blight on my poor heart. Oh, there's blood in the cage. And stuff. Oh, so much stuff. I forgot was there actually anything worthwhile down there. Or is it just a hole then? Oh yeah, right. If you played Amnesia the Dark Descent, you will remember this sort of puzzle. There are actually quite a few ladders during the later parts of the game where you have to throw something against them so they come down and you can climb up. And this game just did that for no reason. And it's not going to come up again. I can promise you it's not going to happen again. So, we got another wheel, it won't turn, there's a cog. Yeah. Stop! Ensure all wheels are in place for correct operation of pumps. Those aren't wheels. You silly nanny. Those are cogs. With a G. Journal time again. Finding the children. The flood is drained. I have prevailed. The saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in feverish anticipation. How this machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent. The final descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. Oh, dude, that's really, really? You're going to compare activating this machine to having sex with your wife for the first time? That's just inappropriate. And I think I took a wrong turn. Where do I? Oh. I have to go back down here. Yeah, it turns out these things can only live in water. Who would have thought? Whoever placed that wheel outside of the railing was a dick. An absolute cock with CK. Love me tender, love me sweet. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on confounded furniture! Okay, I thought there might have been another journal around here, but nah. Nah. And I believe that was relatively short for today, but this is where we quit. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.